Please do something about these green druids. They insist on moving everything in sight. I hate those bugs. When I become big and strong, like you, I'll squash them all.
Until then, remember that supercharge makes you invincible. Try combining supercharge with jumping and gliding, and really explore the high caves.
Okay. Hi, Dave. Give me a moment. I'm just about. Oh, wow. Oh, that is so loud. Okay, let me bring that down a little bit. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't kill anybody's ears. Nice to meet you, Dave. I like knowing that I'm popping up on people's algorithms. So, I'll take the screen off in a second. I just gotta get the chat into the thing. I just had some errands to digitally run first. What was I doing? It's going here. And was getting the chat. Where's the chat? Où est le chat? Pop out and click. I know you can't see what I'm doing. I'm almost there. I just need to get the URL for that so that I can go into OBS and go to this chat properties and the correct thingy. And lo and behold, now I can see, well, now people in the future can see. And let's get rid of me streaming my own stream. There we go. Alright. We're here. We're doing it. Fresco, huh? I've not tried it yet. I'm still kind of getting comfortable with, let's not save that. Oops. Come on. With Procreate. Like, I still go off and on. There's a bit of a physical discomfort with, using the iPad still. Primarily getting it at a right angle and everything. Like, I would really like to have, what's it called? One of those boards that you can, like, put it in, so it's its own kind of desktop. But they're like $100, so I'm putting that off for now. This is maybe bigger than I want it to be, so let me just take that. Take that, yeah, and we'll just shrink that down a little bit. Oh. Oh, I didn't realize I was stretching it. Uh-oh, okay.
Welcome to Wizard Peaks. This is my favorite supercharge spot. Use it to bash them.
I know how to use this program, I swear. Yeah, I hear they're really good. I hear they're really awesome. A friend of mine uses Procreate primarily for, his comic work, and he does some really awesome stuff with it, but he uses one of those boards. And I'm just a little bit jelly. Just a little jelly. Can I just dock that there? Okay, cool. Okay. Sorry, I'm still, my desk setup right now is a little chaotic because we've had to move our kitchen into the rest of the house for some exterminator stuff, and it's just, still a little chaotic. So I've got stuff in places I don't want them to be. Oh, that's really kind of you. Well, I've got a Ko-Fi coffee. Here, I'll get the link up. You don't have to do that, but I'm gonna share the link anyway because you said it. I would usually have this in my, description, but I felt a little bit weird having it there when what I'm working on is paid work. But it's a really sweet thing for you to ask. There's absolutely no pressure from anybody to ever give me, oh no, I have the wrong link up. I don't know how the web page works anymore. What is my life?
Thank you for releasing me.
Okay, we're good. I figured it out. Okay. So you do comics? Or you do digital art in general? Like, are you an illustrator or a painter? Like, what is your forte, sir? Do I like this shape how it is? I think I do. I think this is probably fine. There she is. I changed her hair. I didn't want to give her the same bangs as this other guy. That's really kind of you. Thank you. I will buy
Listen carefully,
much coffee.
Spider. There's a secret area in the artisan home. It is at the waterfall.
It's actually
Try
true, though,
jumping
because
on
I
the
just ran out
stones
today.
there.
Artisan home, waterfall. Sounds good.
Oh, engineer, okay. Yeah, honestly, I think keeping it a hobby is not a bad thing. I'm glad that you're finishing it further, though. Like, finding joy in that is so satisfying. My sister's an excellent artist, but she, by herself does, like, her career is somewhere else. I don't really know how to describe her career, but, her work is really, really good. And I'm a little bit jealous that she doesn't feel, like, the pressure of career to do other things. And that's not me complaining. I really do love doing artwork as a career. But sometimes it does affect the way that you do your personal stuff. I'm hoping to find time to do my personal work this weekend. But time management is not a skill that I am really good at when it comes to my own stuff. Engineer's hard, though. Like, I don't know, like, I look at, my brother-in-law works with, aerospace, or I guess just, maybe not aerospace, but just, like, airplanes. And, some of the stuff that he does, I don't know what his job is specifically, but the company he works for does some really crazy intense stuff, and it's just so much math. I don't understand it. It's very, like, it's its own special kind of science art, and I really respect it. I'm working too thin. This panel's so small. Sight this up a little bit. That's a little better. I've already got the background done on this one. I'm just trying to get the people in. Is her head too big? Am I insane? No, she's fine. Ah, Mobius is a master. I love Mobius. I've not read all of his works yet, but he's just one of those people where you look at his stuff and he's lost in it for ages. I've been trying to study his work more. My personal, like, preferences for how I handle inking and stuff is a lot heavier. But there's so much you can learn from him, both in, like, letting loose and being organic and his composition. I love his colors. Like, I want to get into more, like, markers and dyes and watercolors, just because I love the look of it, the texture. I was just looking at one of his pieces last night, because somebody who I talked to in a Discord was asking for opinions on a comic that he's doing, and he tends to render everything out very painted, but his line work and his, he does, like, textured shading with, like, halftones and stuff on top of the painting. And I was thinking, like, you know, this would look really good with just some flat colors. And so I was looking at Mobius's stuff to give a good answer on my opinion of it, because he was asking. But he's a really excellent person to be referencing. One of the things that he does, or did, I guess, which is something that I tried to actually, like, teach, too, outside of freelance and, you know, personal work. I also work at a school. And some of the students won't really need what I'm about to say just because they're too young, but what I try to teach some of the older students is the thing that Mobius did, which I guess he would just call it automatic drawing, but you could also probably call it, like, meditative or something, which is essentially just turning your brain off and just moving whatever you're using to render and following the lead of your pencil, giving yourself some chance to just focus on nothing by not focusing at all. And it's a really great way to give yourself something that is going to challenge your typical way to approach your work and also help you learn to stop caring so much, which is a really important skill to build when you want to, you know, jump into art more as a passion than and more as a kind of emotional investment, because it gets to be really difficult to do that over time, and that starts to hold you back. I think her head is too big. I think it's her hair that's too big. I purposely designed, I had an alien in an earlier page, or I guess technically in a later page, that has a similar look, and I wanted to give her basically, like, she's the same species he is, just because, like, I want to make sure that I'm reusing some species throughout the entirety of this comic so that there's some degree of grounding, like, ah, yes, these are people who live here. I can't do it for all of these, but I want to do it sometimes, and I think it's working. Yeah, she looks okay. I wonder if I could just get away with just blacking this whole thing. For the sake of this comic that I'm working on, one of the things that the writer and I have agreed on for sure is a heavier usage of black, in the same sense as like Bruce Timm or Jeff Smith for Bone. But I was looking at what's his name? Buscema? Hang on. I'm gonna make a new window here. Yeah, Buscema, John Buscema. And his work is just absolutely stunning. Is that in the, It is not. Okay. That's good to know. How about now? Aha. Okay. Let's put that back. Okay. Sorry, I'm still figuring out how the, window thing on this works. So, Buscema, a lot like, Frazetta. Frazetta's things are not too far off from this either. But even in his oil paintings too, just all these big areas of just dark shapes to help keep the silhouettes at play, and it's just something that I want to try to do more often because, like, my background is often very animation friendly, which means not a whole lot of emphasis on the outline and more on the implications, which... didn't mean to do that. What am I doing? There we go. So it's been an interesting shift in my favorite way style. It's been good. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, it is sci-fi, and Frank Miller's absolutely a master at that. I think what frustrates me about Frank Miller is, like, I love flow, and he'll do, like, thin line, thick line, thin line, thick line, and there's no flow in that. But his work is just also excellent. He's great form. I love how, like, lumpy all his characters are, very thick. Yeah, it is absolutely hard to flip your mind into negative space, you're right. So the comic is a sci-fi. It's a sci-fi adventure. And right now, I don't want to get too far into the plot of it, partly just because I'm not sure how much I can say. I haven't discussed where the absolute boundaries are for, the NDA agreement. I'm allowed to do this, but, I need to double check in with some things. But essentially, we're watching a prison break right now. And the, people here are all in a game that is... gang, that is pretty much feared across the entire of the, kind of, the territory around. There's a series of plants, very, like, frontier, somewhat like Firefly in that sense. One second. I'm sorry if you guys hear my phone go off in the background on occasion. I need to, make sure that my partner doesn't, like, need help with the groceries, because he went out to go do them. Dave, holy shit! Thank you! That was actually a notification from, Ko-Fi. That's exceedingly generous. Are you sure? Like, wow. Thank you. It was very, very kind. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really proud of the work I've been doing for this comic. Like, it's been, I feel like a puzzle piece has sort of fit into place getting into comics, and working on this one with, the writer, Adrian, has been, very, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say supportive of that, because while that's the right phrasing, like, that's correct, it's just, it all lined up. It all lined up really nicely, and, I feel, like, cosmically grateful that we ended up, like, meeting up and finding a good artistic voice kind of connection between the two of us with this. I'm really enjoying my work on it so far, and I'm feeling very fulfilled in this project. And I'm not just saying that because he might be listening. That's a very genuine sentiment. Oh, that's right, I had a pattern on this. I will worry about that in the future.
Nasty Nork is turning our swamp
You know what? I would love to see your stuff. Let me just,
So beautiful.
I'm sure it was.
Oh, that would, here, let's do this. Make sure... Ah! It would help if I spelled your name right. Do you have a, I know you can't post links in the, chat, but, do you have a username I could go to for, because it doesn't let me just click your name and go to your YouTube channel, I don't think. Let me double check. Maybe it does. Channel activity, will that do that? That's not helpful? Okay. What if I... Yeah, I don't understand, like, I can do it in Discord. I can click names and go to places, but you can't on YouTube. I know there's two completely different things, but... Here, So let me... I'm just gonna look you up. Did I find you? Nope. Channel. There you are. I found you. It doesn't look like you have artwork on your channel. There's a player mission and then oh yeah, okay. See, that's what I thought. Okay. Alright, alright. What's your Instagram handle? Devil Wookie, okay.
Spyro, it's great to see you, but I've got to go.
Okay, alright. I got you up here. Yes, that looks like you. Cool. These are fun. These are really fun. I love the textures that you're using to kind of get, like, this sort of comic feel to them. Like, the line work you're using, the, kind of spots you've got on the, Conan drawings. Those are great. Swamp Thing. Yeah, these are fun. Yeah, I really like, okay, I know it's not up on the thing. Let me just go ahead and move this back to the correct, thing here, so that way it's referenced to the right window on stream. I really like this one. I think what I like the most about it, aside from, like, your use of textures are just a lot of fun, and you've got some nice clarity between, you know, where you don't have texture and where you do. The contrast is good on that. But I think your line work is stronger here than on some of your pieces, where it feels like you're going a little bit thicker where the shadows are and you're thinning it out where the lights are. It feels very, like, filled in, if that makes sense. I really like this one. The colors are a lot of fun too, like, keeping your kind of opposites going on here. Oh, he's fun too. I like this. These heavy blacks, when you're doing them, really do good work for you. I think if I had to point out one thing to try to do, if you're looking to, like, push it further, would be to, like, physically slow down. This one's really fun too. Yeah, these are really fun. This Batman. Excellent. Oh yeah, this is that recent Batman series, right? The, what was it, Ultimate? Absolute Batman. It's a fun design. And you can see here too, like, I can already tell that you're kind of learning some of the things even from, like, looking at these guys, like where to block in, and foreshortening's really hard, and you did a really good job getting this foot forward like this. And I like your small details for the muscles aren't really being used anywhere else in a way that would be cluttered. There's a really good clarity on these. Like, it's easy to get lost in the details when, that's just, you know, when you're working small like that. It looks good. These are fun colors too. Oh no, I like this guy! Oh, he's fun! Ooh, that guy. These are great. Yeah, it looks like you're having a really good time. Here, I'm just, let me get back to chat so I can see you. Yeah, no, I'm always happy to give feedback too. Some days, I won't be able to do it mid-stream, but, like, what I'm gonna be trying to do is sort of, like, allocating time during streams to do that. I haven't set up a good email or, Discord for that just yet. But I don't know, teaching's just kind of in my blood, so it's hard to turn that off, and I want to be supportive of people. More artists is good. More artists is always good. Do I like this? I don't know if I like this. Hang on. Let me zoom out here.
Watch out, Spyro.
Yeah, you know, I do kind of like that, actually.
And it really stings.
Oh, yeah, you know what, honestly? There's no such thing as really settling on a style. Like, style isn't necessarily a choice. Style is a culmination of choices, but it's also a culmination of your own perspective and preferences, and you can't completely choose your way to a style. So, there's a lot of different things that change as you keep working it, right? So, I wouldn't really have too much pressure about that. It'll just sort of happen on its own. That said, that doesn't mean if something catches your eye about somebody else's work, or a way that you approached something in you know, before, and you want to approach it again, that definitely doesn't mean don't pursue that, because there is an active element in it, but it just sort of, the more you study and the more you work it, the more it just happens. So, like, I don't know, there's this idea for a lot of artists who are getting started, or even some who've been at it for a little while, it comes this insecurity of, like, well, I see somebody else's voice, but I don't see my own voice. But the fact of it is, that's normal. I think a lot of people don't really see their own voice in their work until they've stepped back from it for years.
Good job, Spyro. One day
I was just
we'll
talking to
be
somebody
all
the other
the
day
time
about how, like,
amazing
so many
adventures.
artists hate their own work,
What I'd really like
or
to do
just
is get
don't
out of this
see
swamp.
what it is about it that other people do like. It's just such a common place to be in. Utterly normal. I don't know if this reads like anatomy. That seems just a little small to me. There we go. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, it looks a little big. How do mohawks work? What is my life? There we go. I should know. I had one. Ah. I think the one of the most important things to do as an artist is experimentation. I was just telling one of my coworkers yesterday too that, like, even though you're a teacher, you're still a student. All artists are students pretty much for the entirety of their life, and the best thing a student can do is be a mad scientist. And being a mad scientist means have fun, play around. I don't know, what would happen if you replaced all the highlights with glitter? Why not? Why, yes, you can put this picture into Spline and see what happens when you move it around. Why not? Sure, you can draw a celebrity with 3 heads on them. Go for it. There aren't a lot of maybe don't do that's in art. There's a few. Most of them are material-wise, like, maybe don't do oil paint on a straw board because A, it's flammable, and B, straw, really? It's kind of water resistant? I don't know, it doesn't seem like a good idea. I just made that up. I've never seen a straw board in my life. You know what? I would like Saga an awful lot. I've read a couple of the comics. Believe it or not, I may be doing this here today, and it may be a career shift. I don't read a lot of comics. I read my first Mobius. Like, I've admired his work for a really long time, but I've only read his first book, my first of his books, this year, a few months ago. It was, oh god, what's his name? Oh gosh, the Baron one. I'm so bad at names. I'm a little bit of a cultural contradiction, I think, when it comes to that. Not even just because of, like, what I'm doing for a living now, but, like, legacy-wise, too. Like, my dad worked in comics for a bit. His dad worked in comics for, like, 40, 50 years. And I liked reading them as a kid, and then I moved on to manga, and then I moved on to animation. I actually was, like, a really big animation buff. And kind of went into video games for a little bit. And I never really found my niche, and I was avoiding it. For a long time, I was avoiding comics, because I didn't think there'd be a career path in it for me. I could not tell you why I thought that. Saga, what I've read, I liked. Same with, I think it was Fable was the other one. That was fun. Bone, I'm a huge fan of. I know that's not quite in the same arena. It's one of my absolute favorites. I just brought it up because it's literally on the table next to me. And then I picked one up recently. When did I start reading? I just read, gosh, I always forget these titles. It was the one about the bear who's a serial killer. I think it was, like, in the forest where nobody can see. Something like that. Under the shade of the trees. Something like that. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. But that's, like, a one-off thing. I don't think there should be any more to that one. Yeah! Oh, man. So good. I've got the Invincible Omnibus. I've not finished it yet, but I've been enjoying that one. I'm not much of a superhero person. I was sort of inundated with it when I was a kid, and then with all the recent Marvel things or whatever, it just sort of... I don't know. The novelty is worn off, in a way. Which might be kind of rude, because it's not novel. It's a whole industry, and it's a very successful and very, very well-trod, interesting industry and series and genre. But I get bored really easily. Like, really, really easily. In an unfair way.
They are cold-blooded killers.
Attack frogs?
And this used to be such a nice swamp.
Oh, I haven't read Russell yet. I really should. It's nice seeing his work where it's, like, not really as cartoony either. Like, I know it's still in the same vein because it's still him, but, like, it looks more rugged, and I want to see more of that because it's cool. Do I need to put that highlight there? No, that's confusing. I'll just block that out completely. That's a foot. It's good. Yeah, that's what I've heard about The Boys too. I've not read that one yet, but the show was pretty good. I didn't watch all of it, but what I had seen of the first season, I was liking. I heard it fell off a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna keep me from really like giving it a real go. Yeah, that's what toes look like. That's probably fine. Are his arms too big? A little bit. I'm gonna leave it. This guy here, because I changed his head a little bit. When I was a kid, and I read more comics, I was really into stuff like Johnny the Homicidal Maniac and other Jonah Vasquez works. Gloom Cookie was fun. I was like, I was a moody little goth kid, and this was like right on the cusp of emo taking over the, I guess, click name. Changed his turtleneck too, so it's not quite as fluffy. Gave him stripes in the other one, but I think I'm gonna keep it with where it's at. So far away. I used to have, so my dad kept a, his collection of comics on the shelf, and I would periodically take books out and go through them and stuff, and that was where I, really started to love Batman. I mean, where I really started to love Batman was the animated series, because I was that kid whose eyeballs were literally glued to the television. When I, would take his comics, he had a copy of one of the, Batman Black and White. I don't remember which one it was.
Thank you for releasing.
But I loved that. I loved the anthology of it. I really ought to invest more into these hobbies, because I'm not very good at doing that. Hobbies. I'll have a hobby when I'm dead. Henry Rollins' take on emo, yeah. I don't want to give him a tail. I should. I'll give him a tail. I'm gonna give him more of a tadpole tail though, because it's cute. Like, I know he's like a hardened criminal, but he gets a cute little tadpole tail. Here, we can tell he's tough because it's got like scars in it. There we go. Kind of pictured him as being like an engineer or a maybe a pilot, because I thought maybe she could be engineer material too, but I figure if you're on like a spaceship, maybe everybody needs every job. The Dark Knight Returns, Let me look.
Those
I'm so bad at memorizing
Smash them,
things. If
Spyro.
I
Send
see
them
it,
out and squish them and squash
we'll
them.
know.
How
Dark
about charging
Knight
them and flame them? We are
Returns
dragons after all.
comic. I've not read a lot of Batman comics. I think the last one I read was, oh, yes. Yes. Dark Knight Returns. I have. It's been years, but I have read it. I remember liking it a lot. And like, I struggle with Frank Miller a little bit. I liked Sin City. I didn't like Ronin. I could not tell you why I didn't like Ronin. It's been so long. It really deserves a reread. But I remember liking this one a lot too. I just when his work is colored correctly, it's so good. I think a lot of colorists don't really know what to do with Frank Miller though. They just kind of default to, they're like, well, it needs gradients everywhere. Everything's shiny. That's what we do. And keep it on the assembly line. I only have 2 days to this entire 25-page comic. That's what I get. And I think it's a disservice not to use more graphic work for him, for colors. Like, the watercolors look great, but I think he colored that himself. Oh, it definitely did. Oh, and hang on one moment. I believe that is my partner with the groceries. Hello. Give me 1 second. Let me mute the mic. Okay, I will be right back. I gotta help my partner bring some groceries in, but I'm coming right back to this. So, BRB, BRB, Burbaderb, Blub.
That was quite a ride, Spyro. You've learned a lot since you were a young glider.
Yeah, well, you could have found an easier spot to get stuck.
Greetings, Spyro. For an amazing tour of the treetops, don't just stop at one supercharge.
Huh.
Okay, I'm back. Gosh, it's hot out today. Man, okay. Get my glove back on. Should get a new glove. This one's getting dirty. I should wash this one anyway. Boink. Yeah, I think I want that. I'm gonna shrink his arms now, though. It is bugging me. So what are you up to today? What's going on in Dave's world? Yeah, it's already a little better. Oh, very nice. Yeah, I heard it was good. That's right, today's a holiday. I forgot. I just already had today off anyway. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, back to this guy.
Spyro,
You know what, maybe we
if you
should keep
jump
this.
at the end of a supercharged ramp,
Yeah, I'll
you
keep
can
them.
really go
They're cute.
far.
I'm all over it.
Yeah, they're currently breaking out of prison right now. There was a big drill, which is pretty great. I love the big drill. It's very fun. And so they're currently running out of the big drill hole. And they're about to go on the big chase. I've done some of these out of order just because there are some panels that were going to go faster than others. I just want to get them out of the way. And I think it helps to keep a little bit of balance with the pages, but maybe I'm starting to get a little, like, particular, but I'm really happy with this panel. I didn't think I would be, and then I finished it, and I haven't looked at it in, like, a day, so, yeah, I like him. And they got big plans. I don't know how well the YouTube algorithm, like, listens. I know, like, reading and hearing music and stuff, it knows some things, but I don't know how much of it is actually listening. So, I'm gonna, like, choose my words carefully here. These guys are terrorists. They're freedom fighters, but also not really. It's complicated. But is it that complicated? I don't know. Probably not for most of these dudes. For two of them, it definitely is. But for, like, Lizard Man here, he's just in it for the money. I assume. Not all these characters get speaking roles. Yet. I mean, like, I've read the script, but, you know. I'm gonna keep it a secret. Gotta be some surprises. Partly why I don't have the word bubbles in here. It's also because I haven't done them yet, because I want to do the artwork first. And it gives, writers some room to make adjustments to dialogue before we finalize and shake hands and put some stuff together, which I believe we're doing after the 10th page. We're on page 8 right now. I guess I'm just making that assumption. I haven't actually directly spoken to him about it yet, but that would make sense to me, that we finish these pages that I have penciled and then move on from there. Oh, you know what I might do is provide him a lot of parts to build word bubble. No, just more work. I'll do it. It's good. They're like super simple too. I don't... Clip Studio, has a word bubble feature, but I think they look ugly. Prison guards are like... Well, I mean, like... very macho bravado, like, look at these guys, in here, you're not such a man anymore, ugh. That kind of thing. Big man on the planet, stuck here in prison with the rest of you dogs. Now look at him. You gonna cry for your mommy? They're just bullies who have a job where they're allowed to be bullies, and probably are encouraged to be. But now it's like, oh damn, oh no, they're getting out, nobody's supposed to do that, uh-oh. So they're after these guys pretty hard. Very much a, if these guys get out, not only will we lose our jobs, but something really bad will happen. Like, really, really bad. Alright, that anatomy is like super wrong, what's going on here? What are legs? How do they work? Why did I give him like a little dinosaur arm too? What is wrong with me? Like, he's thick, but he's not quite like that. Yeah, that makes better sense. I gave this one dude... So that's like the head guard right here. He's about to get his, like... his shit blasted. And I gave him kind of a lackey. Like a little guy he could kind of beat up, like... kind of to give him more power. And I was really happy, it's not on this page, in the next couple of pages... I snuck in a gag with, them kind of yelling at each other. Or I guess really just one of them yelling at the other. This guy's not such a character that he's got, like, a name. But, I really love, I'm a really big fan of, Studio Ghibli and, more importantly, like, the artists behind it, like Miyazaki and Takahata, and then, Black Sad, which is a really excellent comic series, but the thing that both of them do a lot is, very big personality, crowd scenes, where there's just a lot of different kinds of people doing a lot of different kinds of things, and it just fills the world that they're in a little bit more, and I love that, and so... On top of that, too, like, you know, I grew up with, like, Avatar: The Last Airbender and, other things, and so, like, things happening in the background is something I want to do a lot in this. It's just, if there's an opportunity to show off that a person exists, I want to do that. How do feet arc work? This is correct, right? Yeah, this is right. That looks bad, though. Let's do it this way. Like, a lot of times because of, like, timing and budget, and this is an industry, there's not a lot of stuff that happens in the backgrounds of, any kind of work entertainment, so, like, sometimes in video games they have the budget to do some silly things, like, I was just watching somebody stream and he had on one of the, Metal Gear games, and there's a part, where you, like, move a microphone around to listen in on somebody's conversation, and if you point in different directions, you hear different, like, kind of gags to go with it. But for the most part, they just don't have the budget to have, like, real life happening to other people in the background. And it can be a distraction, too, if you don't do it right, so, like, I get it. But whenever I see it, and if it's done right, it just feels very, fulfilling. The thing about anime is I have a hard time with characters shouting. Yeah, all the shouting. That's fair. There's some really, really good ones, but, like, frankly, I would be more into anime if less of it was about teenagers fighting. And I get that there's some really good ones out there that are about teenagers fighting, but, I don't know. I'm 33. I don't need to know about Naruto's cousin's ex-boyfriend fighting with some dude who has power over bees or something. I just made all that up, but, like, it starts to feel a little samey after a while. There's some really good gems in that particular genre of teenagers fighting. Some really, really good ones. But it's a lot of the industry. And if it's not teenagers fighting, then it's teenagers being hot, and I don't really want to do with that either. That sounds not for me. But we're in love and also fighting. And my skirt's so small. It can. Yeah, I can see AI being used for stuff like that. It's a complicated set of feelings I've got around AI. I know a lot of people are excited about it for a lot of different reasons, and a lot of people are, like, mind-numbingly hating on it for a lot of different reasons, and I think there's some validity behind a lot of it. When it's used as a tool, I think it can get some really interesting results, but I don't know. It also depends on the AI structure too, right? Because, like, there's so many different kinds. AI art's not the same as AI programming, which is not the same as the AI used to talk to health insurance, which is not the same as the one that's used to blah 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 blah, right? It's gonna be really interesting to see what happens when it starts getting used more and more in games outside of the art sphere. I can imagine AI in engineering has been a very interesting and potentially very exciting tool. Like, as far as, like, predictive, how something can function, or what kinds of things you need to kind of plan ahead for, and, like, simulating things, or I don't know enough about engineering because it's, like, such a wide scope of well, it's just a wide scope. Engineering is about as broad as art is, right? Like, there's just so much of it, and for different applications and reasons. I can imagine it being pretty exciting, though. Playing Grand Theft Auto, you can walk into a convenience store and you can talk to your mic, and characters will be able to converse. That would be really interesting. I think that's one of the things that I think a lot of people are not really considering, is that there's this sort of idea of everybody wanted a Jarvis, everybody wants a computer. Like, computer, order my milk. And in order to get that, there's a degree of AI that has to happen, right? And in a video game, that could be a lot of fun. That could really turn into something interesting. I agree. That could be pretty cool. Does that work? I think he needs more strands. He may be balding, but what hair he has is flowing and elegant and tangled and terrible. There we go. Yes. Yes, I like these. Yeah. Got some of that Class B Supo. Little lines. Give me all them little lines. gonna make dating sims really interesting. Oh man. Woo! Dating sims are gonna get weird. It's gonna make choose your own adventure games really interesting too, like role-playing games and stuff. Like, if it could, like, kind of play along a little bit, eventually we're gonna end up with games where there's gonna be, like, a whole AI structure just for DMing, theoretically. Baldur's Gate 12 is gonna have some interesting stuff, that's all I'm saying. Yeah, everything's gonna get weird. I think that's a really good way to put it. I mean, it's just true.
Does not mean they shouldn't be attacked.
Sounds all right to me.
Let's see. This guy. Oh, shoot, I almost forgot this dude. Let's get him first. Let's get this big boy. Definitely. I always kind of wondered what the next thing was gonna be. Like, you know, we had internet, we had, telephones, we had sliced bread. But, like, there had to be something next. And I think there was this sort of idea, permeating, at least within, like, maybe people a little older than me, that, like, well, this is it, guys. Peak of humanity. We have the internet. This is it. No, nothing else. No more new things. Maybe hover cars? Hover cars will be the next thing. We all want that. I want my hover skateboard, was what I heard a lot of people saying once we got to about... I don't remember what year it was for the, becoming the same year as Back to the Future, but I remember that being a big joke amongst, like, my parents' friends and stuff. Like, where's my hover skateboard? All we have is global warming. It kind of just makes sense to me that this ended up being the next big thing. Big shift. The Industrial Revolution was massive. There's gonna be another one at something. Oh, yeah? You know what? That sounds like something that would happen with David Bowie. He was really smart. What did he say? Do you know? I'd look it up, but I've got a good flow going here, and I wanna maintain.
Welcome to the Dreamweavers, young one. While chasing Nasty's minions in this world, you must expect the unexpected and prepare for what is not there.
This voice actor, who's speaking so esoterically, is the same voice actor as Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob. Oh, yeah, that kind of makes sense. What am I doing on background? Probably just end him here. Oh, wrong layer! Ah, okay. Why? Why? Stop that. Click. Thank you. Okay, there we go. I haven't watched Back to the Future in a long time. Might be time to watch it again. I've seen the first one a few times, but I've still only seen the sequels once.
Hello, Spyro. Nicely done. I'll be done when I've toasted that nasty Nork.
This one is not his robot arm. Okay, over here. Let's just get the shadow here. You know what's really kind of cool, just speaking of predictions and such, is the way that sci-fi books have sort of predicted certain things, right? Like, I think the idea of using tablets and some kind of screen you can just do stuff on, like, I remember seeing that in movies and reading it in books, and then going like, ah, yeah, see the screen that we have in our pocket? That they were right. There was even, like, some newspaper comic about having telephones in your pocket from, like, 1920-something. It was a really funny one, too, because it was dead on about, like, that one guy who just can't shut up in the elevator with his phone. Or not turning the ringer on. Not turning the ringer off during a wedding. But it was... I gotta find this. This is actually really good. Okay, I know I had a good flow, but, like, this is so perfect. But then there's also stuff in, like, sci-fi books that do kind of the same. Hang on. Newspaper... comic... Pocket... Ah, yeah, I found it. Okay. Let me open the image, and I will share. Will this work? This might work. Oh, yeah, Dick Tracy. Absolutely. It worked! Alright, cool, yeah. So there it is. This is so perfect. I love it. Sometimes you get an artist who wants to express themselves but has a really strong understanding of how people work, and they end up with something really interesting like this. Like, just, it's so mundane, but it's so dead on. I'm just too small here. I want him to be short, but not like that short. I guess he's not really that short. He was actually pretty imposing. If I put, like, a human next to him. Actually, that means that she should be smaller, because she's human-sized. There we go. Okay. Alright, so now we just got Bugman and the orangutan. Bugman! Boink. Shift it. He's in motion. Let's all switch this way. And I love the sound design in this game. The only reason why I'm playing video games in the window here is because I need something that's like a shared audio. But every time I try to play music, even if I find stuff that's like copyright free, even if the creators themselves have come down from the heavens to say you can listen to this, it's okay, I still get prompts and stuff on YouTube like, no, I don't know, this is somebody else's thing, you might not be allowed to, or we're gonna give you a strike, or whatever. We muted your video, hope you don't mind. And for whatever reason, it doesn't mind these things.
You know, I think you just might be the dragon to defeat Nasty Narc.
Okay, this guy had changed quite a bit. I gave him shorter legs. I thought he looked too similar to this kind of Panther Man. Like, they had the same... They don't now, but they used to have kind of the same silhouette, aside from a few features. It just... I didn't like how similar. So, I made him shorter. I might still give him Bug Butt, though. Let's do Bug Butt. Smaller shoulders. He can have dinosaur arm. If I had my way, what I'd like to do is, there's, some recordings on the Internet Archive of, the radio station K-Rock, and, they've got some really cool ones from, like, 1982 all the way through 1996. It's just a few hours, but, like, a really good mix of songs, and old K-Rock was great. Current K-Rock is just sort of about as many commercials as anything else. Also, they only play, like, songs I don't like. But it's kind of funny, because, like, one of the recordings is literally, like, talking about, like, yeah, you can go and see Duran Duran over in, Canoga Hills, and it'd be really cool. You can buy their new album, guys. The one with Rio on it, that's the one. Anyway, it's $5. $5 to buy an album in 1982.
The only one who's gonna be trapped is him.
And you get to meet the band at a reasonable price. Like, geez. If I wanted to see Duran Duran now, it's definitely gonna be, like, hundreds. They were just in a thing, too. Yeah, it's dumb, right? It's really dumb. I think a lot of musicians probably feel the same way, too, because, like... And I'm speaking from a place of a lack of full knowledge, so, like, if ever there's a musician in the future listening to my stream for whatever reason, like, first off, hey. I know it's you, Mike-Em. I see you. But also, I get the feeling that, like, the best advertisement for people to come to their shows and to buy their merchandise is listening to their music. And if somebody has it, like, how many people got into certain songs because they were, like, Dragula was in a video game, and I loved that. It was in one of the Twisted Metal games. There's a bunch of really good ones that were playing in, like, Grand Theft Auto and stuff. People who stream it. I found bands because people were streaming, and I was like, who is this? That's how I found out about, the Italian punk band, Schiantos, which is, they're a lot of fun. But somebody was streaming and had them on. But, you know, it is what it is. Even, like, so King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, and, oh god, what band is it? The band who did Holy Diver. They've got an album or two, unfortunately not Holy Diver, that they have that's copyright free. Like, they're people who's stepping out and saying, like, no, you can use it, please do. But if I put it on, it's still gonna get claimed. And part of the problem with their claiming system, too, is that you can pretend to be the person behind it. Like, if you use certain rain noises, like stock rain noises, because somebody claimed them on YouTube as theirs, even though it's not, and you don't have a way to really contest this properly, there's a lot of people who get away with, like, well, we're gonna get revenue from your ASMR video that you made because you did the same rain music that we did, but, you know, we know that you bought the rights and we bought the rights, but we're claiming it, so, you know. Like, that thing is definitely a problem. Their whole system is just completely borked. Yeah, he looks good. Okay. Do I need to give him fingies? I don't think I need to give him. I'm gonna give him. That's fine. Okay. And this guy. I don't know what's going on with him. He just kind of came out of the blue, but I like that he runs like an ape. He looks like a navigator. I don't really know what his job would be on the ship. Again, I still think it kind of comes down to, if you're in a ragtag team like this, everybody knows a little bit of everything. But, I designed him because I wanted him to look really different, but also I just really wanted to draw that hat. That's the kind of the only reason why I designed this dude. Let's just get a little fashion in here, okay? He's the mascot of the Munda gang. That's it. Self-proclaimed. Thank you. I also really like the alien bug's tail. I feel pretty good about it. I like that it's kind of flat and gross looking. I think the idea of giant bugs is genuinely horrifying. Like, super awful. But in a way that I'm fascinated by it, just because they're so gross and terrible. I saw the, oh god, what's his name? Peter Jackson, King Kong in theaters when it came out, and the scene with the giant bug attack was like kind of profound, actually, like on me artistically, because it was a moment where I recognized the director's choice, and also it was just horrifying, and I loved a lot of horror stuff, and I just sat and I really contemplated, like, why was it so genuinely disturbing to me? And what it came down to was the choice to not have any music. Like, there's no music in that scene, and it starts off at the very beginning a little bit, and then at the very end, like when it cuts. But Peter Jackson really wanted you to sit and sit with these guys who are getting, like, eaten alive by all these bugs, which is just horrid. Absolutely horrid. I'm surprised that it didn't get a rated R for just that scene. It was really intense. But I think it's just also, it really took its time. Like, it just let you sit there with all the things, and it just was interesting to me. I think it helped crack a code of direction for me as far as, like, how to handle pacing and the effect that it can do. And I was a kid when I saw that, too, so, like, that was a really big artistic moment for me for storytelling. How do pants work? Why did I give all these guys poofy pants? You know what? I'm just gonna crack it down to it being the style at the time. Everybody gets poofy pants. There's a point where everybody wore overalls. This is it. This is their time.
Thank you for releasing me.
Did you ever have, like, a, piece of media that did that for you? That, like, you understood some artistic vision behind it? Like, the technical side of it just suddenly clicked and made sense after having seen it or read it? Why am I making his shoes so big? They're not that big. Yeah, he's looking good. Okay. happy with that now? I feel like I am. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. No gaps. Gap. Oh, gap. 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 No gaps. Gap. I think she's clean. He seems clean. Okay. Oh, major gap. Pew, 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 pew. Okay. Yep. Skip that line too. You're a shadow anyway. Missed something. You. There it is. And on you. Just be these.
Ah, Spyro,
Okay.
thanks.
Yep.
Supercharged will get you to new
And
places here in Lofty Castle too. See where it
yes.
takes
Okay.
you.
Cool. Gotta shrink my selection. Oh, wait. I did miss something. Yep. Let's just do this. Yep, okay. So select and shrink and boink. Not gonna be too much. Let's find out the fun way. Here we go. Let's turn these off. And turn that off. How are we doing? Okay, you're unclear. Let's move you. In, out. Let's do in. Yeah, okay, cool. Wrong color. Ugh, those tangents. Oh, he's like really leaning forward too. Oh, geez. Okay, let's move him around. Just realized. Perspective. How does that work? Oh no. Let's try that again. Whoop. Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. 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 So he's clearer. Get him over at least a little more. I don't like how that one thing's just kind of pointing at his head. Yeah. Okay. Cool. 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 And he's good. I could probably go thicker on the lines on some of these dudes, but like the panel's literally gonna be like small. Yeah, I should go thicker. Okay. One last pass, and then I can move on to the next one. It's one of the things I have to be careful about with working at 600 DPI like this, is that I could do so many small details in here, but ultimately, when this inevitably gets printed, it's only going to be like 8 by 10. And this panel is only going to be like an inch or two wide. Like, it's small. So bold gets the gold. So, guinea pig man, how do you look? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, cool. Let's get him. The man with the plan needs thicker lines now, baby. Yeah. You know what? Let's just merge these guys. It's just white. I don't like how even that is, but it won't matter, cause it's so far away. Nitpicks are for the big picks. Like, I know he looks kind of blurry here, but once he gets printed, he will not. Nope, that's the wrong layer. It's kind of an awkward spot too, though. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Got the good stuff. I need to know about the hubcap. That'd be too realistic. We'll see that in a different panel. Like the next one. Okay, that do be looking awkward though. Okay. Alright, alright. Alright, what if hubcap? It almost looks like his arm. Let's just move him. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, okay, cool. Oh, nobody's standing on the rock now. Aw, man. Aw, jeez. Tangents suck. Tangents are hard.
Hey, Spyro. All dragons know there's
you-
magic in the fairy space.
There we
See
go.
what it can do
No.
with your power of flame.
Let's do it over here. Let's just cover it. Just give him thicker lines. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Alright. Why is his head so round? It makes his whole position strange. You'd think I would have covered this in pencils, but here we are. Okay. Whoop, wrong tool. Let's just make his hair a little longer. I think that'll help fix it. One color.
Hold your horns. Here comes Spyro.
Patience, little one. You'll soon have the opportunity to battle the one who matters most, Nasty Nork.
You nasty, good orc. I can probably silence this now. Cool. Okay. There we go. Yes. Okay, cool, cool. So then if I just go back down here and just do. Shadows exist, I promise. Da 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 da. Might be the wheel, who knows? But it makes sense when I do this. Yeah, that reads a lot better. Okay, cool. Woo! I need an Uno Momento, por favor. Por favor. Alright. Let me finish darkening out some of these guys, and then I'm good. I can move on. So, back to it. Maybe I should shave down to a mohawk again. I don't know. I definitely want a haircut.
You've become a master of the supercharge. Great work.
Great work. Yes. Oh, his mane. Almost forgot. Something huge, but it's iconic. I genuinely just stole his design from a Sinbad movie. Like, I gave him his own twist, and then also he, like, canonically has a robo arm. But I mean, that's just the Cyclops. It was just so cool. I'll steal from him again, too. I freaking love that movie. Harryhausen was a master. He is fine. She needs
you for releasing me.
Thank you for releasing me. Oh, he's got quills. Forgot his quills. There we go. Yeah, okay, cool. And save because I'm smart. Okay. Next panel. Gonna do the background on the next panel. What does this one look like? Like, do I even need to worry that much about truly inking it? Because it's... Yeah, I can just work straight on this. It looks great. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna make a copy just in case. And here we go. Just put that there so that way I know where things are. Okay. Because I'm definitely not changing that car. I gotta box it up a little bit, but... Do I? I kind of right. I will answer that question when I'm done with this. Okay. Start with you. Bold, baby! Get them lines in there. Yeah, I like that. Cool. Alright.
Any advice before this battle?
Advice? A wise dragon once told me, aim high in life, but watch out for flying boxes.
Huh?
Yeah. Getting up nicely. Oh, very good. Probably get a little thicker with some of these, because it's going to be so close to the camera. So am I doing this in 20s, but these look like they're... Yeah, pretty bad. Let's see. These I can do in 15 or 20. I've really only been streaming for like 2 hours? Feels like it's been longer already. I'm sharing the office with my partner today.
Sorry.
You don't need to apologize.
That really fucking funny.
Hey, didn't I already free you?
You're in Nasty's world now, Spyro, and you are the dragon who must defeat him.
Bring 'em on. I'm ready.
Reach the exit in each of
Bring 'em
Nasty's
on.
lands.
I'm
Then
ready.
Challenge the Nork himself.
I don't know if my lines are supposed to go, except for the parts where I do. Okay. Man, I really like how this panel's looking. Ears itchy. Hey! Awesome, hey! How you doing, Jake? Did you post? Ah, you did! Ooh! Oh, bro! Oh, that's looking really good! Yes! Okay. Did you see what I meant, though? Like, oh man, that lighter gray you chose for those pillars looks really good. Like, I don't know, I was looking at your inking, and, like, you already have so much stuff that, like, defines the form and leads the eye and gives good texture, that at this point, like, less is more, and it looks awesome. And you can save, like, special shading for impact panels and stuff, right? Like, really, really big things. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's looking really awesome, man. How do you feel about it? You don't know? Here, I'm gonna go grab some more water, but, like, definitely, if you've got thoughts, like, I'd love to hear you elaborate on these feelings, because I'm curious. I'll be right back.
North boots if I were him.
Wow! I never thought I'd be rescued, especially by such a little dragon.
It's spring.
What I mean is,
Cool.
I always believed in you, Spyro.
You gotta believe.
But around here, feel. Oh.
Hold. Okay. Alright, okay, here we go. I'm back. I'm still getting used to making comics digitally. I might switch to traditional halfway through making this shorter. I'd like to make space for more illustration and concept work in my portfolio. Yes, I think that's a good idea. So it really kind of depends too, right? Like, for one thing, there's no reason for you not to pursue both of those things, right? For the other side of that coin, though, there's also not... I'm going to turn down the game a little bit. I feel like that's a little bit loud. There's not really a reason for you to stick to one portfolio if you're going to pursue that. Concept art and illustration are not the same thing, right? They're in tandem, they're hand in hand, oh. What happened? Oh, it's because I minimized it, okay. They're hand in hand because you can't really not have illustration, but also... There we go. Sorry, it was just freezing up. Illustration covers a lot of things. The reason why a lot of comic book artists you'll find have a lot of illustration in their portfolios, because this is an illustration. Each panel is an illustration, to a degree or another. For some people it's a painting, for some people it's not. But most of the time, depending on what you're advertising yourself as doing, that's what it is. And, like, grains of salt everywhere as I say this, too, because, like, I'm still fairly new to this, in some senses. My path into comic books is, strange. It's weird. I don't think it's that weird, but it's not typical either, maybe. I don't know. We can talk about that more next week if you want, but, The thing with concept art is that the difference is concepts are for other people along the assembly line to use to finish the job. So, like, if the concept is character design, for example, character designers should not be finishing whole illustrations before they hand it off to somebody. It's just to get the idea down. It's okay if the line work is rough or if the colors are wrong, because it's not their job to provide the colors either. It's their job to provide the design. Though I think in the modern character design path is a little bit more involving things that are what's called visual development, but that's separate. That's a whole other conversation. And so if you're a concept designer, your job is to, let's say you're working on a video game and it's your job to design props. You're doing rough ideas to give to somebody who will then take those ideas and make them three-dimensional. If you give a finished illustration to your art director every single time that you wrap something up, you're not going to be meeting their time quota. You'll be spending a lot of time on something that's supposed to just be like, get the idea down and hand it to somebody. Somebody else's job to finish it, or it will be your job later. So having rough work or unfinished work is going to be helpful. It's going to be good. If you ever look at concept design portfolios, there's a degree of, you know, lack of finish, lack of polish. For some, and not for all, but for some. It's not like you won't have illustrations, it's not like you won't have paintings, but it's not everything, and you shouldn't show that. You shouldn't show only that. Where with illustration, if your job that you're looking to get into is, I want to show that I can do finished work like this, so I can get jobs doing finished work like this, that's what you're advertising. That's what people are hiring you for. You gotta show the work you want to get hired to do. And you gotta also understand what that means when you're gonna do it, right? So, either way, doing flattened... Oh, my frame. I just realized it got moved. Doing flattened, sort of, what's that one? Where is it?
Thank you for releasing me.
What happened? So anyway, doing flat art, sort of, less rendered, is gonna do you some amount of good in some form or another. Whether it's because, as far as skills concerned, it's outside of your comfort zone, and that's a good thing to break out from. Or if it's, so I'm just trying to get this right, because I'm gonna get mad if I don't. Yeah, close enough. I will deal. Hang on a second. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so it'll be good for you because it's outside of your comfort zone, it's training you in something that you're not typically thinking about, and that can help you kind of add to your repertoire of technical tools, which is a very good thing to have because it helps you become versatile. And versatility can be really useful, even if you're only going to get concept work, or if you're only going to do illustration, or if you're only going to do industrial design. You want to have many tools in your pocket, so that way if a problem arises, you have more room for creativity to problem solve. Because that's all this all is. All of this is problem solving. And having tools to work with that is very useful. I hope that makes sense. I'm kind of rambling a little bit because I got distracted, as I tend to do. But I hope there's some resonation with what I'm saying. Yeah. Studies, there's some things that you can put in that will help you. The thing with a portfolio is that when you show it to somebody whose job it is to review portfolios to see who fits for a job, there are so many other people they're looking at. They don't have a lot of time, and they don't have a lot of patience. And what that really comes down to is less is more. If you have just a few pieces that are going to really give somebody the idea of who you are as an artist, and it gives them the right amount of time to look. They're not sitting there studying your work unless something really catches their eye. They're going to look, they're going to see, does this work? Does this fit? Yes, no, okay. And move on to the next step. So if you have a portfolio with like 50 pieces and 10 of them are studies and 10 of them are concept design and 10 of them are like blah 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 blah, that's a lot to go through. The typical size for a portfolio, depending on who you are, what you want to do, is anywhere from I think 15 to 25 is what I've seen. That's the number I've seen recommended. Again, primarily for character design, because that used to be what I wanted to get into the most. But I would be very surprised if it was too much different in any other industry, because there's a lot to consider and to look at. And like, what I think would help you is to find somebody who does the kind of work that you want to learn how to do, and see if you can find their professional portfolio, and look at it. There's a lot of people who have that out there. Some people don't. Some people just have galleries. Some people are just that much of a name in the game where they don't need to show their preliminary. They just word of mouth already know who this person is. But there's plenty of people, even on ArtStation. It's a dead website, but there's still plenty of people who have their stuff on there. You can kind of take a look and see what they're doing. Go to the shows or the games that you like to watch or play, and look for names and see if you can look them up and see if those names give you portfolios that you can reference, that you're like, okay, well, this guy did, he's only got 15 pieces, and many of them are the kind of things that I would be doing for a project, and then a few of them, like 5 of them, are finished, fully rendered illustrations and paintings, but the rest of it's all rough work to lead up to this thing. The other thing that I've seen helps a lot too is when pieces are clearly a part of the same project. They don't have to have the same characters. They don't need to have any real connecting tissue aside from what makes them part of the same project. So like, let's just say you're doing a gritty sci-fi realization of Little Red Riding Hood, and so you need the wolf, you need the huntsman or the woodsman, whatever it is, you need Red Riding Hood, and you need Grandma. Maybe there are other characters, maybe the wolf has henchmen, maybe there's locations, maybe that's part of your job, is what's the location of this place, because remember, the people whose job it is to come up with concepts for backgrounds are different than the person who needs to come up with concepts for characters. It's 2 different jobs. Same with props, right? Like, I think Dan may have been talking about this on stream, I think like last month before, that like he wanted to get into prop design or something, and like that itself is not only its own job, but it's its own job to the point where multiple industries need it. Video game industry needs it, movie industry needs it, TV industry needs it. I'm sure to a degree certain comics need it. So there's a lot to be said about like being able to spread out too. But you want to keep cohesion. Not everything in your portfolio has to be connected to the same project, but a great example of somebody who did that was there's an artist named Minkyu Lee. He's one of the lead artists from Wreck-It Ralph, and he's done a bunch of other stuff for Disney. And the portfolio that got him hired was completely based on developing something for an animated Wicked movie. And his work is great, but he just took something pre-established and expanded on it and did things to it. I've seen other ones where people take other books, like The Little Prince, or you know, anything else really. Other plays. One person, I think Amy Thompson is her name, I'm pretty sure I'm thinking of the right person. She's gonna be at Lightbox. She did some historical references for historically, like, really good costume references for historically accurate Disney character outfits. So, like, what would Snow White look like if she had the correct time period and correct culture showing in the clothing that she was wearing. It was the same for pretty much all of them. Like, oh, Cinderella, she's French, so let's do these. You don't have 15 for your portfolio. That's okay. You might not even need 15. That's just a rough number. So you got plenty of people to be able to ask. You go there, there's portfolio reviews there. I think you mentioned maybe doing that at some point. But there's even people in Artist Alley where, like, it's like, hey, listen, I noticed that, like, you do all these kinds of things, and I just had a couple questions about, like, you got a job doing character design. Is that what you wanted to do? Did you pursue that kind of portfolio, or did that happen to have, like, you just have some questions on hand, you know? Even if you have to write them down, there's nothing wrong with that.
So, now there's order again in the Dragon Kingdom?
Well, mostly. I've still got some treasure to pick up.
Oh, did we finish Spyro?
I'd say the sky.
Oh, wow, look at that. We sure did. We're getting there. Guess it's time for Ripto's Rage. Boink. We'll just get that ready. Man, I miss this era of Insomniac. They were fun. Sorry, I'm a sucker for this. Let's fix this. That's fine. Okay. So, here's the thing. I know that you've mentioned in the past that you don't really, even just now, you don't really know what you want to do. And that's fine. That's fair. I spent my entire 20s not really knowing what I wanted to do. I had ideas, but none of it really resonated until I sat down and did something. So, like, what, I would recommend is just give yourself a starting place and focus on one thing. And play to your strengths, but also play to the thing that makes you happier, right? Which one is more fun for you to do? I'm almost with line work. As soon as I'm done with the digital pages, I'm going to trad. Yeah, that's probably fine. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with doing that.
Professor? Almost. Just a few more adjustments to these orbs and...
Maybe this isn't such a good idea. Bringing a dragon here could just make Ripto angrier.
Calm down, Hunter, and stop fidgeting.
But you saw the professor's book. They have claws like this. Like this.
Make this too complex for yourself. That's just possible. It's really easy to bite off more than you can chew when you're, like, just sort of sitting and figuring things out as you go.
It's working.
There's something to be said about trying to come up with a game plan and strategizing. But that's hard to do too, and also it's not as fun. Sometimes you just want to do the things and make the mistakes and learn from them that way. Nothing wrong with that.
Beach? Hey, stop staring. Haven't you guys ever seen a dragon before?
You're a dragon?
You got a problem with that pussycat?
Here's a silly fun fact. The voice of Spyro in Ripto's Rage, and then the following games too, is the same voice as SpongeBob. It's Tom Kenny. He's also the voice of, what's it called? Ice King in Adventure Time. Yeah, play to your strengths and do what's fun for you. So, for example, let's just pretend here. I'm just pulling out of the air, just looking at what your work is. Maybe line work is the thing that you enjoy doing the most. So, what is an industry that relies on line work like this? Well, it's mostly going to be comic books and illustration. So you can play into that strength and do a lot of work that just focuses on that. And while that might not be the only thing that you like to do, which is great, this is not the only thing I like to do. I like to do a lot of other things, right? That's a place to start, and it will give you room to grow in that direction because it's a single focus. And it simplifies what you have to work on to get what you want done, because it's just one aspect. There's many things to learn underneath that and to focus on, but now you're not also working about, you're not also worrying about shading and texture and is this going to look like it's going to go on the front cover of a Doom game? Like, you're just worrying about, is my contrast good? Am I giving this form? Does this function the way I need it to function? Can I get work doing this? Let's find out. And then when you finish that, if it's not really hitting what you want, now you already have a portfolio for that, then you can start focusing on other stuff. You already know how to do the first thing. So you may pick up work while you're studying other things. So now you've got kind of an assembly line of portfolios being built. So I think trying to do it all at once is a mistake. That's a difficult thing to do. And there aren't a lot of floaters going in between, different gigs with different things. It's not that it doesn't happen. It's just that specializing in one thing tends to be the thing that gives you work, and then work takes time, and then people just get focused on that, right? But it's not impossible. It just helps make the process easier. So, pretending here again, hypothetically, that your favorite thing to do is rendering, just focus on that then. Don't even worry about illustration. Don't even worry about comics. Just get your rendering and your concept design down. Okay? Strong fundamentals. That's what people are looking for when they're looking for artists. Is I think Ryan said to you the other day that they're looking for somebody with a great attitude, is easy to work with, but they also do want somebody who can put out decent work and has strong fundamentals. Not everybody who gets through that process has all of that. There's plenty of people that you might look at and think like, oh, well, I mean, no shade, but I'm a better artist than this. But they got work and I didn't. That's okay. It means that their work fit the gig that they were being asked to do, and they have a good attitude. So, like, those fundamentals though are huge, and it's a little bit different with each thing that you want to do. The fundamentals for illustration are different than the fundamentals for concept work. They're not that different. You still want to have strong shape language and good contrast and all that other good stuff. Blah 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 blah. But the needs and the ratio of those needs, the hierarchy of those needs are different. So trying to learn that all at once is not impossible, but not necessary. You've got tons of time in front of you. Knock on wood, barring any surprises. Like, you're really young still. And I know that you're really young still, because you're younger than me and I'm really young still.
Well, dragon or not, I'm afraid there is a small fee to open the bridge.
I won't be really young for long. We can probably take really out of the equation here. I'm just young now, but still. But I think I've got like 10 years on you. Pretty close.
Dragon. Spyro, was it? You can now use the bridge whenever you want, free of charge. I hope we meet again, when you have even more gems.
And that's the thing too, for having fun. Fun is a massive motivator. It's an important motivator. If you're not enjoying what you do, then why are you doing it? It will show in your work that you're not enjoying it. It will show in your demeanor that you're not enjoying it. People want artists to enjoy what they do because it shows. Dan may say he hates all his work all the time, but there's something about it. There's some core element that keeps him going. And you could, maybe, possibly, call that enjoyment. I'm not gonna sit here and, like, really psychoanalyze him. That'd be, like, really rude. But, like, there's a driving force, and you gotta follow that driving force. And if that driving force is something that you're fighting, like, it's trying to pull you one way, but you're like, yeah, but I want to do this way, though, driving force, because if I do this way, I do these things. And driving force is like, yeah, but you hate that though. And you're like, yeah, but I gotta do it. We gotta eat our carrots, we gotta eat our peas. But you can trick yourself into doing things. So like if you don't want to sit down and learn the technical skill of applying texture to make something look like a realistic thing, find the way that makes it fun for you to do that. Trick yourself, photo bash, paint over, whatever, blah blah blah. But ultimately, if you're not having fun doing illustration, don't do illustration. If you're not having fun doing prop design, don't do prop design. Study the thing that brings you joy, or at least brings you a degree of satisfaction. There's an art beast in everybody, and you gotta feed it. There's a gentleman who was in the chat earlier, and we were talking, and he was talking about how like art's kind of a hobby for him, but he's only recently started to finish things. The beast has grown, and it needs to be fed. Yeah. It's coming together. I'm worried my lines are still a little bit too thin for this, but I feel like if I make it too thick, it's gonna get flat. And a lot of these shapes are shadows.
Thanks for helping me light the lamp, Spyro. A fairy gave me this orb, but I like gems better. You take it instead.
Oh, I should work on the car. So I'm just trying to organize my layers here. You know what? I'm overthinking it. I don't need this shape here. I like the distance that it creates, but wrong color.
Hitting them with rocks, but they're too fast for me. You can try using one of my rocks. If you have any questions, just ask me. Nice shooting! Follow me to the next lizard. You can spit pretty far, Spyro! See if you can spit all the way to that lizard!
Guess I can make these two in there. I'm gonna take a second here. I want to check my email.
To hit that lizard up high, you'll have to aim. Press and hold the triangle button to aim. Then press.
I'm waiting on some feedback from my client, and I just want to make sure I'm not missing it. Oh, cool. Ryan's streaming today. Nice. I'm actually gonna catch it. It's been a little while. Okay. So not yet. That's fine. I don't need that feedback right away. I still have the rest of this page to finish, which I'm hoping to do today. Yeah. Oh, massage. Who's here? Boink. Yeah. Oh, Broken Blade, thank you. I don't know if you're in the chat, but I just saw that you subbed. I will be right back. But I require my throne. I'll be back.
save my crop of gems from the lizards. Here, take this orb. Some girl with wings dropped it here yesterday.
Oh no! Oh, hello! We didn't get a chance to introduce ourselves before. My name is Alora.
Hi, I'm Spyro. What are you, some kind of goat?
I'm a fawn, you dork.
Oh, sorry.
Did you meet the gem cutters in Glimmer?
Yeah, they gave me a souvenir too. They called it a talisman.
They gave you a talisman?
What, is it special? I just stuck it in the guidebook you gave me.
There are 14 talismans in Avalar, and they are all magical. If you can collect enough of them, they can be used to defeat Ripto. Hunter, where have you been?
I, got a little lost.
Spyro's going to help us collect the talismans.
I am?
He is?
Spyro, look. There's no way you can get to Dragon Shores right now. Ripto and his monsters have taken over the castle here in the Summer Forest. You're going to have to go to Avalar's worlds and convince the inhabitants to give you their talisman. You can keep them in your guidebook.
Hey, I could do that. Why doesn't the dragon just torch Ripto?
Hunter, you can't even keep track of your running shoes. How can we trust you with 14 talisman? If you come across any orbs, they're important too, but I'll tell you about them later.
Okay, no problem. I'll collect a few talismans, give Ripto the old hot foot, and be in Dragon Shores by lunchtime.
Spyro, this is the homeworld called Summer Forest. There are portals to many of the Avalar worlds around here. Unfortunately, Ripto has taken over the castle, and we need your help. Start by retrieving the talismans from each of the worlds you go to.
Hiya, Spyro. Ripto smashed this bridge, so I guess you'll have to glide across it. Press X to jump, then press X again while you're still in the air to glide.
Sorry, Spyro. I'd love to teach you how to swim underwater, but not as much as I'd love to take your treasure.
Spyro, you look like you're pretty agile. Let's try putting it to a test. See if you can get up this first step. Press X and hold it down to get more hang time. Okay, not bad. Now to make this next jump, you'll have to glide. Press X to jump, then press X again at the top of your jump to get the maximum glide distance. Nice job! Now try to do a hover. Press X to jump, then press X again to glide. Then when you reach the end of your glide, press triangle to hover. Hovering will give you extra height and distance.
Okay, I'm back.
Very
Sorry.
good. Now for the hardest leap of all. You'll have to give this one everything you've
Get
got.
my
Get a
headphones
walking
back
start,
on.
Jump, glide, and hover just before you get to the edge of the platform. Don't forget to press forward on the D-pad or analog stick.
I always thought it
when
was
you
funny
hover.
that it was Hunter, the cheetah, teaching Spyro, the dragon who has a whole ass game behind him, knows how to glide
You're
and
a
jump,
pretty good athlete.
telling him how to do
If
it.
I hadn't lost my running shoes, I'd take you on for real. For now, here's an orb for your collection.
his delivery here is like, if I had my running shoes, I'd take you on for real. Sounds like he's bullying him. Like, I understand the purpose, obviously, it's a video game, and not every kid who plays this played the first one, and, you know, makes sense to have that to like, keep everybody on the level, but as far as in the game is concerned, this is a microaggression against Spyro. I'm just saying, it's mansplaining. Oh, I remember this stage. I loved this stage. That was fun. I love the little guys. Okay. Back at it. Oh, yeah. Sad lines there. Okay. So, to the car! Moving things off my desk.
Spyro, the idols we were carving have come to life. They've locked us out of our temples and stolen our food.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to minimize this. Save, just in case it's hot, and I don't want my computer to just shut down through things. I don't think it will, but we always future-proof. New window. Scoot you there. Give me a good view of that car. Oh, yeah. That car. I'm still gonna round out the front. I don't think I like it like that. Scoot you over here so I can actually see it. Okay. Oh, wrong one. Wrong one. Okay. No. Thank you. Wow. There we go. Happy with that. Ooh, too thick. Too thick. Too thick. Too thin. How about 8? 7. Yes, okay. Beep, 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 beep. Whoop. Whoop. I know what I'm doing. It may be a lie, but it ain't a lie to me. Thank you. Sorry, I was given a cookie. An off-brand Oreo.
Spyro, you're pretty tough. If you ever want to permanent job, we've got a place for you
Okay.
here. For the moment, I want you to have this talisman.
I want to play Spyro again. Freaking love these games. No. Yeah, I need to move this down. I guess I could just move it down. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yeah.
Look at that. The hula girl's rain dance blew up that idol like a Roman candle. Now I can pursue that dancing career I've dreamed of. Take this orb.
I love that her attitude is to sound like, the, actress from, what was it, Sunset Boulevard? Oh, I'm simply just an old actress, just living in her glory days yet again. Oh, Jeeves. You've brought me so much joy. I want to sing and be a star again. I wish to sparkle amongst the limelight of Hollywood. Yes. Is that more extreme? Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I guess it's better. Yeah. Oh yeah. Sense of humor in this game is really cute. I think cute is definitely the word I would use. It's just kind of wholesome in a silly way. It's fun. It's like the perfect kids game.
Hello there, Spyro. Would you like to learn to
Ah,
swim
yes.
underwater?
Moneybags.
I suppose I could teach you for a small...
I love that he's like so posh too. He's such a scam artist, but he definitely is like, I know he's supposed to be like a fancy banker, but no, he's
you can use the D-pad to
he's
move
just
around
about
the surface. Use square to dive underwater.
a quarter's worth of unawareness from being just Gatsby. Don't mind my full food mouth. I'm sorry, I had a cookie. I'm not that sorry, I was enjoying the cookie. You know what, future viewer? You should have a cookie too. I think I said this in his previous stream too, like, the, Reignited trilogy, which is the, remastering and total graphic overhaul of these games, did a really, really good job.
Oh.
Okay. Why does that block keep coming up? You know what? I think I need to turn this off.
I've been locked in here with all our tools, and the giant idle heads won't let the workers in unless we
I'm
can
a little bit concerned that, my computer's getting hot. I guess I could check. I can do the thing where I can look.
Turn all these blocks yellow. If you have trouble, come back and talk to me.
Pull up my task manager. Performance. Oh, it doesn't tell you temperature on the performance?
Nope, you gotta download spec.
Okay, I might already have Specky. I just kind of assumed that this thing on the computer, I don't have Specky anymore. Okay. Must have been one before I, yeah.
This idol says he's hungry and won't be satisfied until he's swallowed 10 fish. He's got a sensitive stomach, so watch what kind of fish you feed him.
Oh, Specky, please give me the things I am craving. I really want to know, oh, Specky. Run it, please. Tell me how hot my computer is. Please give it to me in Fahrenheit. I'm just a big dummy dumb. Alright, so... Ooh! Okay. Okay.
Okay, Spyro,
I'm doing okay.
Just one more puzzle to go. I'll meet you over by the college stones for your final challenge.
A fan on max speed too, so that's helping. Okay, it's not too bad. We're at about 50C right now, but it jumps down to 30 again every so often, so as long as I don't keep overhauling it, we're good.
If you jump on these stones in the correct order, you will solve.
Maybe later today I'll make sure to clean the inside of my computer and get some dust out, and that'll help, I'm sure.
To figure the rest out.
Oh, hey. Well, you know what I figured out? Or I guess learned, really. Is that the, dollar store sells compressed air. So...
Well, you got that little thing, but still.
That little thing kinda doesn't do a great job. Like, I think if it's just a little bit of dust, it's great, but I don't know how much is caked on in there.
All I have to give you is this shiny thing I found in our toolbox.
Huh? I can't hear you.
Send you something.
Oh, send me things. Send me things. Send me things. Okay, what did you send me? Oh, I remember this. Okay. Alright. Chat. My boyfriend in the office with me just sent me a compilation from a 4chan conversation pleading with somebody to please do something about their computer that's currently at 123 degrees Celsius. They pleaded with him to stop. This is very good.
At times it would run slow and have a burning
And have a burning smell. How is that not immediately alarming for your computer? Like, you remember how many times there was that one like year where it happened 2 or 3 times that there was a burning smell from somebody's computer. God, you remember that one time that an earwig crawled into your laptop?
Yeah, of course.
That was gross.
Remove the CPU barehanded as punishment.
Punishment.
250 Fahrenheit.
Jeez. Oh, it's so much. Mm-mm.
A Yeti has been rampaging around our home, but we've managed to trap him by shutting all the doors. If you talk to the other brothers, they will open the gates and guide you to him.
I used to love the music in this, wait a minute. Yeah, this is in Ripta. I forgot, you go back to this place in Year of the Dragon. I think you go back to a lot of these places in Year of the Dragon. I've only played Ripto's Rage once, so I can't remember too much about it. I remember enough. But they keep the music the same, like, there's the chanting. I loved it. I still love it. It's so good. It's not even like good chanting. Do 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 do.
Enemies like those yaks are too big to be charged. Your flame attack should easily take care of large enemies.
Each time you defeat an enemy, it will release a spirit particle. The spirit particles will activate the power-up in that world. If a power-up is inactive, you need to defeat more enemies.
Hey, look what I can do!
Remember Hunter's advice? You will glide farthest if you press the X button at the very top of your jump.
Yes, Spyro. Press the X button. Use your weird little hands.
Even though I'm a
Oh, this looks
vegetarian,
really bad
I
though.
think
Okay,
we
hang
should
on.
kill
I
that
can fix it.
He's pretty tough, though. In fact,
I can fix it
I'm not
9
sure you're up
times.
to it.
Ew, that did not fix it at all. Let's try it this way. Strength? More strength.
I thought the Yeti was tougher than that. I guess he was all bark. Anyway, I was just guarding our sacred talisman to make sure the Yeti didn't eat it.
Yeah, okay. Put more thought in this. Smart.
Oh, thank goodness you scared that evil spirit away. But now it will hide in the statues. If you were to flame all 10 statues, I'm sure you would chase it away for good.
know why I'm having trouble with these. I think maybe it's because I'm trying to eyeball them, and really I shouldn't be. Beep, 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 beep. Wow, wow, wow.
Well done, Spyro! You've scared the evil spirit away! Why don't you take this? I borrowed it from the temple. They don't need it.
Six. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, jeez. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ah, Spyro, welcome! We have found that hockey is a peaceful and
Yeah,
calming
okay, cool.
sport. Would you like to join in a match against our goalkeeper?
And I loved the hockey ones. That was fun.
You have 2 minutes to score 5 goals.
I also really just loved the idea that these, like, peaceful, not Tibetan monks were, like, enjoying the, rather violent sport of hockey. And were really passionate about it.
Well done! Have this! Would you like to try a game of one-on-one? The first to score 5 goals wins. You are shooting at the red goal. Off you go.
Yeah, off you go.
stare at it long enough, you might not see anything.
You're well on your way, Spyro. Keep collecting talismans to help us defeat Ripto before he can take over Avalar.
He sounds like a South Park kid.
And keep collecting those orbs, too. The professor thinks they will help you get back to the Dragon World.
I saw something shiny at the top of this wall. You could probably get it, but you'll have to learn how to climb first.
Your game camera is currently in passive mode. This mode requires you to control the camera yourself and moves more
Cat, what would you
slowly.
do if you just went up to like a shopkeeper?
If you
You're just
like,
going to 7-Eleven
you
or
can change
something.
the
You're in a convenience
camera
store.
to use active mode.
And you're like,
In active mode, the
you're just
camera
trying to pick
moves
up a
much
beer and go
faster.
home or a snack or whatever. And the cashier, when you go to tell them what you're buying and they're going to tell you whatever, stops what they're doing and says, "You're currently playing in passive mode. Do you want to switch your camera?" How would you, like, deal with that? Just in real life. It's a very unhinged thing to say to somebody. Hey, Bobby, haven't seen you in a couple weeks. It's nice to hang out again. By the way, if you want to talk to more people at the party tonight, make sure to hit your A button. Next one, doo-doo-doo-doo. And the next one, doo-doo-doo-doo.
Ear grinders, but now they've set up force fields to separate us.
Oh, see,
If
now
you
I
can
can't
stop the
unhear
diodes,
him. That's
you
just
can use them
SpongeBob.
to turn off the force fields. I think there's a diode around here somewhere, but my eyesight isn't what it used to be.
He does so many voices in this game, I totally forgot. It's the same with, the first game, too. Clancy Brown was the guy who plays, Mr. Krabs. And, he played a lot of voices in that one, too. It just happened to be that way. They were just both pretty prolific voice actors in their time. But I guess Tom Kenny is still in his time, so... I think Clancy might be dead. Am I wrong? Am I insane? I'm losing my mind. No, he's not dead. Why did I think the guy who played Mr. Krabs was dead? Why does he look like Jeff Bridges? Okay. We in the realm of good enough? Let's find out. Nearly. It's a little wobbly. I can fix that now, though. I just need to stop toying with this. It's so unimportant. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's way better. Okay.
Grinder thieves keep taking our lightning stones. If you can replace them all and activate our generator, I'd be very grateful.
Need some water in my face. feel like anybody who knows what the underside of a car is supposed to look like would look at the stuff I'm doing and go like, yeah, it's close enough. I don't know. It sure looks like mechanics. They may even be popular mechanics. Oh, that was stupid. I'm sorry, guys. It was really dumb.
Thank you, Spyro. I found this shiny thing mixed up with our lightning stones. Please, take it as a reward. Thank you, Spyro. You've deactivated all of the electric barriers. We've been guarding this talisman from the gear grinders. Please, take it as a reward. Do you see that big building over there? The gear grinders are using it to steal our electricity. Please help us by shutting down the machinery inside.
Not the gear grinders. Anything but that.
Spyro, you've done well so far. You can have this little trinket for good luck. If you have any questions about shutting down the factory, just ask me. The next glides get tricky. You'll have to use your hover maneuver to make them. Press the triangle button during a glide to hover and get extra height. Remember to press triangle when you are very close to the windmill, or you won't make it. Spyro, help! The switch to turn off the gear grinder factory is in that room, but, it's awfully noisy in there. Thanks for shutting down the factory. Here, I found this stuck between the gears. You can have it if you want.
Beep, 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 beep. Had a really wholesome moment at work yesterday where, was that yesterday? I guess it would have been the other day. I'm older than, two of the teacher coworkers that I work with, and I'm older than most of my students, which is fine. It's just because most of our students are kids. But at a moment where, there's a couple of phrases that every so often somebody will say, and my brain just goes straight to another direction. Like, if somebody is sorta coming up with what they're saying while they're saying, and they say the two words but together, so it's like but I'll just go tch. So it's but But there was one of those that happened where somebody had said I can't say. And I went straight to, and I even did this out loud just because I'm enough of a dork that this was an appropriate moment to do this. Went on to do the rest of the lyrics for Istanbul's not Constantinople by They Might Be Giants, which was huge when I was a kid. And apparently it's huge enough now still, because 2 of the students joined me while I did that. So like, a teacher said, I can't say. I don't remember what it was in reference to. And I just went, people just like it better that way, until the other students just jumped in and we started singing it. It was really funny. It was very good. I was not expecting anybody to join in on that. It made me very happy. But I've had it stuck in my head ever since. It's just kind of hanging out there. Istanbul, like Constantinople, Istanbul, Constantinople. Long time gone, nobody did but the church. Whoa, 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 whoa. Istanbul.
The water workers
Oh yeah, the turtle. Remember the turtle.
The boxes are incredibly strong. With a more powerful flame breath, maybe you could break them open and release the turtles.
That's one thing this game kind of did too much of, was the tutorials. Like, at a certain point, you get it. It's all good. You know how they keep saying. I know what kind of box that is. I've destroyed many of them so far. You don't need to tell me. Kids are smart. They'll get it.
There's a chef at the top of this ladder who wants to make soup out of our baby turtles. If you know how to climb, you could get up there and stop him. Thank you, young dragon. The baby turtles will be safe up here. Please take this talisman as a token of our gratitude.
Oh, uh-oh. I'll be right back. I must have cut something on my face because I'm bleeding a little bit, so I'm gonna go clean that up.
Mic on? Oh. I was gonna tell you something short film related, but I don't just okay, so.
Impressive. Most impressive. Please take this sacred, thingamajig as a token of our everlasting gratitude. Say, Spyro, you see this wall here? I bet you're dying to know what's on the other side. If only I had a few more gems, I might be able to remember how to lower the wall. Yes, the sparkling beauty of those gems seems to have jogged my memory.
Hi, Spyro. This talisman door will only open if you have all 6 Summer Forest talismans. Once the door is open, Ripto and Crush will be waiting in the dungeon.
The funny-looking guys with the shock sticks have drained all our water. We can't get it back unless someone activates the switches they're guarding.
Why are you yelling at me? Okay. Alright. Warning. Warning. Warning what? Current bit rate lower than recommended bit rates. No, it isn't. No, it's not. Yes, I hear you, sir. I hear you yelling at me. Bit rates are... Is it? Like, I feel like it's higher than that. I don't have any drop frames. Yeah. It's at 370. That must be old. See, look, even you think I've got a good connection. Thank you, YouTube, for telling me something that no longer matters. We're good. Okay. Must have been old. I must have had a hiccup somewhere. Okay. Alright. Where's my glove at? I'm back at it. We're getting to it. We are in it to win it. Okay. Do 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 do. Too much white here, probably
Hi,
yes.
Spyro. You must be tougher than you look to get here. All the same, you won't be able to get past the metal sharks up ahead. I suppose I could let you
Okay,
borrow my
rude moneybags.
submarine.
You don't know that.
For a modest fee, of course.
Moneybags don't know shit.
A pleasure doing business with you, Spyro.
Oh, I'm sure
The
moneybags. I'm
submarine
sure.
is 100% shark-proof. I guarantee it.
I don't remember if they do it in this game, but near the dragon, you get to get all your money back from moneybags, and it's pretty fantastic. It's a really great way to do it. I love it. I love it so much. But you basically get to run him down and, like, attack him to get it. Like, running him out of town. It's fantastic. And he deserves it. He's not a real capitalist. There's no free market with moneybags. There's only him.
Our world is wet again. We all want you to have this talisman of Aquaria Towers to remember us by.
Oh, so sweet. Ah, wrong one. I just wanted to rotate. Come here, Sarah. Come on. I know you want up. There you go, buddy. Ah, boy. I know you guys can't see this, but I got my buddy with me. He's just being a little guy. Yeah, I don't like these hairlines. They don't work. I think it's funny when you're petting a cat or a dog, because they both do this, and you stop petting them, and they just stop what they're doing and look at you like, excuse you? What happened? Uh-oh. Oh, don't slip. Oh, don't claw me. Okay, thank you. Ugh, good boy. Sorry, it just, like, slid right off my leg. Luckily, I'm wearing denim, so it won't be too bad if you do. Yes, yes, just coming together. Okay. Let me get the other one. This won't take long at all. know you're really mad because it's 2 hours until dinner. 2 whole hours until dinner. It's very upsetting, I'm sure. Guys, he's really upset that I'm not feeding him now instead of in 2 hours when he's supposed to get dinner, like he does every day. Every day, Tyrant. 7 o'clock. I don't know if you guys can hear him. He's literally right next to the mic. He's not a very loud purr, though.
I've been trying to tame my new pet manta ray, but he just won't obey me. Hey, you're just about the right size to ride on his back.
This wild animal I've acquired doesn't want to listen. Maybe you should climb on him.
Hey, hop on his back and guide him through each of the rings of bubbles as it appears. And remember, he's brand new, so try not to...
He's brand new! Okay. Alright. Hunter's got a skewed vision of what it means to be a pet owner. It's my new headcanon. If he had his own, like, home and a backyard, he'd be a backyard breeder. No, guys, you don't understand. He's like the Porsche of dogs. Sir, what are you doing? Ow! Tyrant! Ow! Tyrant! Ow! Why?
Well done. I suppose I owe you something for that. Here, take this orb. I found it in one of my flippers.
Is this the right spot? This seems like the wrong spot.
Now that
Gotta be consistent now, baby. Okay, that is
get him
wrong.
into racing shape. Care to take him through a harder course? Okay, good luck. Incredible. You've got real talent.
Every so often, he just sounds so sarcastic. Like, he really just doesn't have any sincerity at all. Incredible. So talented. I think he just doesn't know how to talk to dragons. That's his problem. You're so good. This needs to be longer. Let's just go ahead and scoot it down.
I borrowed some explosives to blast the doors off the towers.
You don't borrow explosives. You can't borrow explosives.
My children will be safe.
You either have them and hold on to them and don't do anything, or you use them and then you don't have explosives anymore. You cannot borrow them. It's like borrowing a tissue. You cannot do that. Once it is used, you do not hand it back. You can borrow a pencil, but you cannot borrow pencil lead. Unless you're a weirdo who wants to return just the pencil lead that you used for 10 minutes. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up now. I'm gonna turn this off for a minute. Yeah, it's looking better. Okay. Alright. I've been streaming for 3.5 hours, 3 hours, 45 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and give my CPU a little bit of a break and, just focus on drawing for a while. Plus a friend of mine streaming and I want to catch up with him for a little bit, so I will catch y'all next time, which will probably be this weekend, maybe. No promises, we'll try